Hello YouTube and welcome to the discussion series. Today we're going to talk about 10 different applications alternative to commercial applications, 10 open source applications, basically open source and free. So these applications are handy when you do not really have much money to buy the software, or you don't have a way to buy the commercial license. So these are a good range of alternatives that you can use, which are similar to the commercial applications provided by Adobe or Autodesk, so that you can complete your multimedia works professionally without having to buy a commercial license for the tools you use. So we're going to go on to the range of 10 applications. The first one here is the stop motion capture, which is a stop motion based app where you can plug in your SLR camera onto the computer and then use onion skinning to create stop motion projects easily. And this is an alternative to Dragon Frame. So this is a pretty simple type of software right here. Not very loads of features as you might expect, but it gets the job done quite good. The other one over here is Godot Engine. So this is completely free and open source to develop 2D and 3D games. And this is an alternative to Unity Engine, which you have to pay for. This is totally free, so this works off of donation. This is an open source game engine, and you can see that you can make games for Linux, Windows, Android, Apple, and HTML5 games. So this is completely multi-platform and it's open source. So this is a pretty good range, and you can see that the previews of the games that they make are quite impressive. So this is definitely a must if you're a game developer, if you're a starter, or you don't have much bucks to spend on commercial applications like Unity. Unity is also free, but this is completely free. There's no licensing fee over here. The other one is Handbrake, which is a free video transcoder. This is an alternative to Adobe Encoder. This is personally my favorite, and I even use this instead of Adobe Encoder itself because of its open source nature. I can actually this has a range of video options that I can convert to. So this is quite handy even for converting the video tutorials I make for this channel itself. My screen capture software actually records in a variable frame rate, which is not supported by Premiere Pro. And since I use Premiere Pro to edit, I need a constant frame rate, and for that, before I take it onto Premiere, I actually convert it to this Handbrake itself onto MP4 and then take back to Premiere, then export out the final video before I post it on YouTube. So this is quite a handy software, and if you're a video enthusiast, this is a must. And this is free, and I have to say this is better than a commercial version of the software out there. The other one is Natron. So this is an alternative to Adobe After Effects. It has a lot of features over there, and there's a community for it as well if you want to learn and support them. So you can see that there are a range of features for this software right here. This is for visual effects, and of course it is cross-platform. You can see that you can create smoke visual effects just like this, and you actually have to work with nodes. So this is an alternative to Nuke and After Effects, I must say, and this software is getting better. Although the learning curve for this is not as simple as After Effects. It is quite similar. There are keyframes, there are nodes, and you can easily do things like remove the alpha channel to remove the green screen and so forth. So this is definitely a must software that you must have in order to do compositing for completely free, I have to say. The other one is Scribus. This is an alternative to Adobe InDesign, and this helps you create magazine layouts, and basically it's a layout desktop publishing software where you can publish magazines, brochures, newsletters, and so forth right from the software itself. So this is a very good alternative to Adobe InDesign. And this is completely open source as well. And the good thing about open source softwares is that you can download, and if you are a programmer, if you know programming, what you can do is you can simply open up the code and then edit anything onto the software and customize it as to your liking. And the other advantage of open source software is that many people are contributing onto the project, which keeps it updated and really preferred to the masses. So this is more about open source softwares are not all for profit. They run in community. So Scribus is a good alternative software for desktop publishing. The other one I really like is Inkscape, which is a desktop software for as an alternative to Adobe Illustrator, actually. So it creates vector graphics. You can see that the vector graphics are absolutely awesome. So there are full-fledged option right here. You can edit onto layers and then export multiple formats of the let's say the vector graphics right there without having to buy Adobe Illustrator. This is completely free and I definitely recommend it. One of the softwares that I really recommend is Audacity. Oops, I guess that the Audacity website didn't load out there. Okay, let me just search for Audacity right there. All right. Audacity, I guess the website is not working right now for some reason. All right, let it load. Okay, Audacity is a software which is basically for audio editing. Let me just show the Audacity audio editor Wikipedia for this. So you can download Audacity. This is an alternative to Adobe Audition, and this is pretty much used by professionals as well, and this is very much well known in the multimedia industry. So it allows you to basically cut out portions of the audio and then edit it just like this in Audition. So this is a pretty good alternative and a quick way to edit audio, and you can easily download it. The other one I really like is Kdenlive, which is an alternative to Adobe Premiere Pro, and this basically provides a very professional a very professional way to edit videos. You can see that the video actually got a good timeline and a range of options, effects, even color grading options right here. So you can see that the Premiere toolbox is actually there. So this can be a good alternative to Adobe Premiere Pro for editing videos, and this software is quite getting better over time, and you are able to edit multiple formats of video through this software. So this is definitely a checkout, a must. The other one is Blender, which is astonishingly very good software. Actually, it's fantastic. Basically, you can see the level of graphics it can produce. It's an alternative to Autodesk Maya, and you can see that the output is very, very good. You can create really professional looking animations, and alternative to that, it is also a game engine. So you can actually code in and then make games through this as well, or do character animations and so forth right from Blender. And this is a very easy software to use compared to Maya, as many say. So this is very good. You can commercially produce entire 3D film, and you don't have to worry about paying any license to them. So this is a good alternative as well. The final one is GIMP, which is my favorite, and this is an alternative to Adobe Photoshop. So it almost looks like Photoshop. All the things are there, all the layers, the effects, the selection tools, the marquee tools, everything is available in this piece of software right here. They basically created this software to be an alternative of Photoshop itself. So this is definitely a must software if you do not have a way to purchase Photoshop or do not have enough money to purchase Photoshop. This is definitely a must, and I recommend that you have this. So in my tutorials, you see that I focus on commercial software because that is still the industry standard. But what you can do is you can also get used to these softwares. So in case you do not have access to those commercial softwares, you can easily use these and then carry out your projects easily. And this is a good alternative to learn. So basically, like in Photoshop, you got layers, in Premiere, you got timeline, and After Effects, you got keyframes, and the alternative softwares actually have the same feature built in there. It's just in a different section of the software. That's it. So if you know how to use After Effects, then you can use Natron. If you know how to use Maya, then you can use Blender. If you know how to use Premiere, then you can easily use Kdenlive. The learning curve isn't that difficult. So, and the good thing about alternative free and open source alternative softwares is that you don't have to pay any licensing fees, and you can even share this legally without having any problem. So as always, hope you guys learned something, and as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.